Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, I'm going to answer another question. So here's the question. Hi, Tequila. A serious question. Why does fornication work for some people but not for others? At least that's how it looks. I've been celibate for 2.5 years. I watched my God-ordained spouse move on in relationship, and it's obvious they are living in fornication. They also seem stable and happy. Things have been progressing quickly. She is now accompanying him to weddings as a guest. I also heard they are planning for a baby. I don't want to go against God. I have been tempted to seek out a sexual partner to feel good in the moment, but another soul tie is not worth it, and I know I will regret it. It feels as if he is rewarded for doing the wrong thing, wanting and doing the right, no, waiting and doing the right thing for me now feels like punishment. It almost feels as if God is blessing them. I know that all may not be as it seems, but when does God step in? It feels as if He is slipping away. Okay, so thank you for your question. So we got to work on your mindset, and we got to get a better relationship with our Heavenly Father because God doesn't bless sin. He can't even reside where sin is present. Okay, your feelings is lying to you. Your feelings are telling you that the God ordained spouse is being rewarded while he's over here living this lifestyle of fornication. They're about to bring a baby into this thing. They're not even married, but your feelings are telling you God is rewarding him. The devil is a lie. Why do we assume when we see, them in these counterfeit relationship sinning, why do we assume that that's God blessing them? No, the devil give blessings too. And they not even blessings. They look like blessings, but they curses. Okay, it's things that feel good in the moment, but in the end is a curse. Okay. So you said, why does fornication work for some people but not for others? Fornication does not work for anyone. We got to renew our mindset. Fornication does not work. When we fornicate, number one, we invite in the spirit of death. The wages of sin is death. When we fornicate, we defile our own body. Okay? When we fornicate, you get a soul tie. When we fornicate, we get curses upon our life. When we fornicate, you open the door to spirit spouses, spirit husband, spirit wife. You fornicate, you can mess around and get a stalker. You fornicate with a witch or a warlock, now you really unclean. Okay, and that person can turn around and start attacking you. There's no benefits to fornication. You said I've been celibate for 2.5 years. I watched my God ordained spouse move on in a relationship. This is the problem. You keep watching them. When you gonna leave that kitchen? Because that kitchen is about to drive you to seek out a sexual relationship with someone else. You said I watched my God ordained spouse move on in a relationship, and it's obvious they are living in fornication. They also seem stable and happy. Things have been progressing quickly. She is now accompanying him to weddings as a guest. I also heard they are planning for a baby. I don't want to go against God. Well, don't. If you don't want to go against God, then don't. Period. I have been tempted to seek out a sexual partner to feel good. So, when did this temptation come upon you? Did it come upon you as you were in the kitchen, looking at what your God ordained spouse was doing and who he was doing it with? And see, you also feeling tempted to seek out the sexual partner to feel good in the moment because that is your affection need screaming for affection. Us women, we have what is called an affection need. And when our affection tank is leaning towards E, if we're not in tune with ourselves, we will begin to seek out sexual partners to help us to feel good. Not knowing sex is not what I want. not knowing what I really want in this moment is attention, love, acceptance, maybe approval. You might want words of affirmation. Okay. So your affection need is what's bringing about this temptation feeling, okay, that you feeling. So this is why we got to do the work while we are in this divine separation, okay? Because doing the work means I'm getting to know myself. And when I take the time out to get to know myself, I understand when this affection need begin to rise up on the inside of me, so that I'm not giving my body to people who don't even deserve me. I'm not defiling myself because I got this affection need rising up on the inside of me, and I'm unaware of how to meet my own need. We can meet our own affection need, okay? You just got to know yourself to know what yourself need, what to give to yourself, okay? You said, um, I have been tempted to seek out a sexual partner to feel good in the moment, but another soul tie is not worth it. Or a curse, or diseases, or a stalker. None of these things are worth it. Why even entertain the thought of seeking out a counterfeit when you know it ain't going anywhere? Come on now. It feels as if he is rewarded for doing the wrong thing. I'm gonna need you to get a better understanding of God. Waiting and doing the right thing for me now feels like punishment. Really, waiting and doing the right thing makes you more valuable. Waiting, and you've been celibate for 2.5 years. That's speaking more of your value. Okay, that's not a punishment. You're not. See, when we don't wait, you used up. Okay, and no offense to, whoever not choosing to wait, but I'm just saying, you know, when we wait, it adds more to our value. When we wait, we get to think clearly. We get to make better decisions. We avoid mistakes. We avoid having baby daddies that should have never been in the picture, or baby mamas who should have never been in the picture. Okay? You said waiting and doing the right thing for me now feels like punishment. I'm gonna need you to train, to renew your mind. Waiting and doing the right thing should be seen as I'm preparing for the right one, because that's the only one who deserves my body. Okay? It almost feels as if God is blessing them. Again, I'm going to need you to improve your relationship with God, because according to Deuteronomy 28, starting at verse 15, there's curses for disobedience. If a person is living a lifestyle of fornication, now about to bring a baby into this mix, and he's not even married to the woman, God is not blessing that. So we got to begin to get a better understanding of God, so that you are seeing, things correctly, and you seeing yourself correctly as well. Okay. You said, I know that all may not be as it seems, but when does God step in? It feels as if he is slipping away. And that's why you panicking. That's why you panicking. That's why you thinking about entertaining a counterfeit, because it feels like he's slipping away. Where's your faith? Get out of the kitchen. See, you see what happened when we go in the kitchen? We panic, we self sabotage, we corrupt ourselves. When just from being in that kitchen, the kitchen mess with your mind. The kitchen, causes you to do things you should have never even considered doing in the first place. You got to get out that kitchen. You said, when does God step in? He stepped in on day one when you first start praying. See, we overlook all of what God is doing because we're looking for that main thing. We're looking for God to step in and remove that counterfeit. We're looking for that God to bring this counterfeit relationship to an end, and the person come back running to us, ready to get married. That's what we're looking for. And when we don't see that, we overlook everything else that God is doing. We overlook the fact that God saved your life from the enemy. We overlook how every day God is providing for you. We overlook that promotion God granted you on the job, right? We overlook how God blessing your business, how He blessing your ministry. We overlook how God sent this encouragement your way, or how God keep giving you all these confirmations you keep praying for because He want to keep you encouraged and on your post. We overlook the clarity, the correction, all these things. We overlook all of these things because we're looking for that main thing. And we say things like, when is God going to step in? He already stepped in on day one. When are you going to acknowledge what He is already doing? I need you to get out that kitchen. I need you to, okay, begin to adjust your stance. And I need you to get your mind right. Okay. I need you to, begin to work on yourself. I need you to understand your affection need and how it rises up on the inside of you. I also need you to understand when you feel rejected, how you self sabotage, how you behave in self destructive ways. It's time to get a better understanding of yourself, okay? Because seeking out a sexual partner just to feel good, that should never be considered. Okay, so we gotta do some more healing work in this area. Okay, and if you need help with that, I invite you to join our Healing from Betrayal coaching program. Okay, let me see if I can find the banner. Here it is right here. I invite you to join our Healing from Betrayal coaching program. It's still going. It's for 6 months. Okay, because it's time to heal. It's time to receive deliverance. Okay, from the spirit of rejection. And it's time for us to step into knowing our worth and value so that we don't run off and try to entertain counterfeits. Okay. So to join our Healing from Betrayal program, to join any of our programs, okay, head over to God-ordained click on the event tab, and you can join the program from over there. Also, for those of you who would like to book a one-on-one session with myself, you can do that on the website just by going to God-ordained click on coaching, and you can book your session with me from over there. So that is it. I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.